join in the mud. The ember gently glowed. The spark took to their clothes. The flames kept on rising higher. They stood in the fire. They burned with desire, love and emotion. They danced with devotion. They stood in the fire. Burned with desire, love and emotion. They danced with devotion. They stood in the fire. Tighter than before, they still want something more. The heat dries out the skin as their patience grows thinner, thinner than before. As they want even more, as they share in this fire. They stood in the fire. Burn with desire, love and emotion. They dance with devotion. They stood in the fire. Burn with desire, love and emotion. They dance with devotion. Stood in the fire, burn with desire, love and emotion. Dance with devotion. Stood in the fire, burn with desire, love and emotion. Dance with devotion. Stood in the time slows down when it can get no worse. I can feel it running out on me. I don't want these to be my last words. All forgotten, 'cause that's all they'll be. Now there's only one thing I can do. Fight until the end like I promised to. Wishing there was something left to lose. This could be the day I die for you. What do you see before it's over? Blinding flashes getting closer. Wish that I had something left to lose. This could be the day I die for you. This could be the day I die for you. This could be the day I die for you. This could be the day. Everything I know, everything I hold tight. When to let it go, when to make them all fight. When I'm in control, when I'm out of my mind. When I gotta live, when I gotta die, gotta die. Everything I know, everything I hold tight. When to let it go, when to make them all fight. When I'm in control, when I'm out of my mind. When I gotta live, when I gotta die. This could be the day I die for you. Feeling like there's nothing I can do. This could be the end, it's mine to choose. It's taken me my lifetime just to prove. This could be the day I die for you. Don't let it be the day. What do you see before it's over? Blinded flashes getting closer. Sacrificing everything I knew. This could be the day I die for you. This could be the day I die for you. Everything I know, everything I hold tight. When to let it go, when to make them all fight. When I'm in control, when I'm out of my mind. When I gotta live, when I gotta die.
Hello, hello, and welcome to Amethyst Racing. Today is Tier 2 in Amethyst. We're here at Silverstone, where the current standings are Soybean leading us, with Jerlin second and Talbot in P3. Anything to play for today though, with it being a sprint race weekend. As we take a look at our calendar, we are in Britain, which is the first sprint race of the season. It's about to be qualifying time. And we shall see who can put it on pole. There's I wonder who will be favourite for pole as we get ready to go underway with the qualifying session today. There we go. We've got 19 of the 20 drivers here so far. It's very overcast today here at Silverstone. But it's going to be a McLaren of, I believe, that to be Will Swan being the first car on track. In the meantime, I once again have the AFJ Mum Special of the Triple Meat Fiesta. And someone has the... No, that's Harrison Hardy. Hardicers. Oh, Hardicers. Harris. But we're going to get ready to go on the way. Swan will be leaders around in the British GP. It is his home track. It's a couple of guys' home tracks. Swan, Harris. I think it's just them two, actually. No one. You both just begin with HAR. That's one now, coming down the hanger straight. Only two Brits here, but no Hugendorn currently. We're waiting for Hugendorn to appear. Rolf, where's Hugendorn? As Swan starts his lap now, coming down the Hamilton straight. Through to the first few corners, flat out through these. Any lifting and you're going to lose time. Now comes in towards the loop. And then it's Aintree on towards the Wellington straight. If Swan had his way, the Hamilton straight would be the Verstappen straight. It's purple in sector 1 though, but he is the first car out on track. As he now comes through Brooklands and then Luffield. And then it's the right-hand kink of Woodcote getting a little bit loose on the exit. The pit straight. I was talking about the pit straight, Connor. I know that one was Wellington straight. As Swan comes through Cops though. And then it'll be onto the tricky section of Maggots and Beckett's. This used to be turns 2, 3, 4 and 5. Until they reformatted the track. As he's now onto the hanger straight once again. And Alpine in the background has spun. And there's a very slow moving Alfa Romeo. But Swan now rounding the final corner. Or the final corners even. It's just club left for Swan to navigate. And Swan sets the benchmark of a 1:27.6. But next up is going to be... Oh, there's too many blue cars. Is it Monk? It is not Monk. It was Monk, and Monk goes slower. Slower by a tenth. And now it's an Alfa Romeo, and this is the guessing game. Berlin goes P3. Talbon goes P3. Knocking Berlin down. Berlin and Talbon a little bit slower than the first few. And then it's a Ferrari who's starting his lap. I believe that could be... It's not Kizil. Kizil was about to start his lap though by the looks of it. Oh. He's on intermediates. One moment. Get that off. Get that out of here. Kizil goes the slowest currently as Hardizers once again goes fastest. But Vlad Rosu immediately answers with effect, going the new fastest time, but only for Kevin Jerling to go faster than him. Jerling now P1. As things stand, we've got a Haas coming up, and that is going to be Byland slotting it into P5. Next is going to be Mans Vandenberg, I believe. No, it is not Vandenberg. Who is on a lap. It might be Bean. Bean's in the pits. Is it the Ferrari of Ule? The new driver reserving for Aston Martin in rank. Starting his lap now, we'll be looking to put in a good performance. Ule unable to keep it between the white lines. So it might be Mans. I think it is possibly Mans Vandenberg next to set a lap. Coming into the Vale chicane now is actually Elsum, who rounds the final corner. Elsum only managing P10. Vandenberg in the meantime goes 6th fastest in the McLaren. And Puffran is just starting his lap, so we're going to look for Alex Harris. As there is our 20th driver, Hugendorn has arrived. So we will have all 20 cars on the track today. Will they all finish is another question. Harris goes P2. Slots in between Jerling and Rosu. And it is going to be, I think it's Khan next. No, it is going to be Rank. Rank is the next person on a lap. What can Rank do on his debut here in Amethyst? Rounds the final corner now. And Rank is going to go. Rank goes fastest. Oh my days, that was a lot faster. That was 5/10 faster. Hello.
Put this guy in tier 1.
His time trials was around Ule time trial time, but this is the advantages, I guess. You could have done with telling me that, Ralph. And Hard Eyes has left the game. Well. Meanwhile, Puffran has gone P2 as we So who is next on track? Bean is the next car to set a lap. And Bean goes P16. Oh.
I lost a bet.
Nilsson with the 10 pound. Meanwhile, Khan goes P5. So Khan putting his name and showing the speed. As we wait to see who's next on lap. I wouldn't have thought Dean's going to be out of DRS. You got Ule and Hugendorn yet to set a lap. Bean? Someone going very slow there. Monk's about to start his lap. So Monk starting with, I believe that is Swan right behind him. So it's going to be Monk as the next definite confirmed on lap. As who is that? That is Silver going P13 in the Alpine. So Silver improves, getting himself ahead of Talbot. Hugendorn about to start his lap now as he crosses the start-finish line. But Monk invalidates through Maggots and Beckett's. That will not be good for Monk, and Monk will definitely not want to give the car behind a tow. In Swan. Swan, though, keeping it within the white lines. Drunky Monkey has returned, unable to keep it between the lines. Swan now rounding through Stowe. Has improved in Sector 1, lost time in Sector 2, possibly in the dirty air of Monk, who is just ahead of him. Swan with one final corner. Does improve to P8. Knocks Hard Eyes down. Down to P9. As he's going to be trying to work out who the next it is going to be. I think it might be Ule. It is Ule. Ule improves to P7, going ahead of Swan and Khan. Monk starting his lap now. There is a Red Bull of Hugendorn rounding the final corner. Hugendorn improves to P2. Hugendorn arrives on the scene and goes second fastest. Rosu has gone into P3 as well. As now Fantenberg goes P7. It's getting very competitive near the front. Ranku invalidates. Ranku's in the pit still. There is an Alfa Romeo. I believe that might be Berlin. With one final corner to go. And Berlin improves to P17, getting ahead of Silver and Talbot. Trying to work out who it is on lap. Next, it might... Swan's not. That was Harris. It looks like Harris is on a lap. Harris now rounds the final corner. Can Harris improve? Harris goes P2. Harris finds some time, puts it second. I can't see a prediction. And next is going to be Kizio. No, Kizio coming into the pits. It is going to be the Haas of... No, Elsom into the pits. Possibly... Byland on a lap? It is Byland on lap. No, he's weaving. So it'll be... Is that Puffran or is that Jerling? It could be either or. It is Puffran. Puffran is on a lap. Oh, I've just got his name. Yep. Yep. Puffram does not improve. Will Jerling improve is the question. Currently P9. You didn't tell me this, Swan. Stop talking Roscoe's bollocks. Jerling improves to P2. And Monk is the next car on lap. Harris retiring though. What does it mean before it's over? Currently the donations today, we've had Williams of the Haas team dropping a £20 donation. Big hearts to that man. And also Nielsen dropping a tenner for his team. Again, big love my dude. Thank you very much. as we look to see who is on a lap. As everyone is coming out of the pits, it looks like it will be Khan be the first car. As Pufran has retired, Khan is currently... Yeah, that is very close. Khan will be the first car leading us out in this final part of qualifying. There's only 1:45 left. I think if you're not on track now, you're not going to be setting a lap time because that pit lane is deceptively slow. But Khan starts us off. Can Khan improve? Currently 16 in P12. What can Khan do? As he comes in to Village. And then it will be Loop. Swings the car back around. Really throwing that front end around. Getting the back end to stick with it. Through Aintree and then onto the Wellington Straight. And Khan is right on Bean's time there. Bean with the fastest Sector 1. A spin for Alpine. But we keep our eyes fixed to Khan, who comes around through Cops. Both Mercedes will not be setting another lap. But currently we're looking at Mercedes-powered Aston Martin. As they swing it, as he swings it through Maggots and Beckett's out of Chapel onto the Hangar Straight. Khan is only 1.5 tenths off Rank. Ranku has only done 1 lap. Khan now through the Vale Chicane. And crosses line and goes P2. It's currently a double front row lockout for the Aston Martins. But next it is going to be, not Bean. Is that Monk starting a lap? He left that very late. We are going to watch Bean though as he comes around the final few corners. Gets a little bit loose. And Bean only manages P5. Next up it's going to be an Alpine. Is that going to be... It was Silver... improves. Who is next? Is a McLaren. Is it Fantenberg? It is Fantenberg. Fantenberg not improving. Next up is the AlphaTauri of Hardizers. Goes P11. A Haas has spun. Is that Byron? No, it is Elsom. Elsom spins on the infield. Ule goes up to P9. Kizel in P10 is on a lap. But it's a Red Bull currently. Is it Hugendorn? No, it is not. It is going to be Rosu coming through the Vale Chicane now. I can tell you now, Rank will be going up into Tier 1 after this. Rosu goes P2 though. So Rosu is now the fastest man. Talbon, P4. Swan. Crosses the line, improves to P13. Next up is going to be Byland. And Byland goes P15. Who's next? Is it? It's not him. It is... gonna be Silver? No. It is Monk. And Monk goes P8. Oh my god, this is extremely tight. But your pole sitter will be Rank. And I realise is now a prank. better get these though, because this is the qualifying. PC, don't be slow now. As we get ready now for the sprint race. We get underway for qualifying. It will be Rank leading us off with Rosu alongside, Khan right behind, and Rank gets away cleanly. Further back is side by side, Rank leading Rosu, Khan third, Jerling fourth, fifth Talbon. Is there any incidents further back? We look at it and oh my days, that looks like a big crash in the back there. That is Harrison Monk once again. But we switch back to this battle for the lead. Khan gets defensive. Maybe also thinking about a move on Rosu. Jerling all over the rear of Khan with Talbon right behind. Bean just behind him as well. Pufran in P7, Ugon on P8, Ule 9th, and Fantenberg rounds out the top 10. Check telemetry. Okay. Time. We start from the lead. What telemetry is not on? Everyone on the mediums by the looks of it. It looks like everyone's telemetry is on. Yes, all telemetry is on. As we switch back to the battle. And currently Rosu looking to hold on to the rear of Rank. And Hardizers has picked up a speeding into the pit lane penalty. He went from shining on Australia. And he's not having a good time in this sprint race here in Silverstone. As we check the intervals, Rank has got quite a healthy lead. Khan holding on to his rear. And Khan already at 60%. But Khan not in a position to make a move at the moment, as they seem to be steadying up. It is going to be Bean with Pufran right on his rear, and there's a bit of a gap to Hugendorn behind. But Rank is now starting to really pull away. Look. Oh, what is that lap time? Rank with a 2-second lead. And there's yellow flags, and it's going to be Pufran falling down the order. Doesn't appear to have got damaged, but Pufran dropping well off the back of the pack now, and that will be his race basically over. Rank with a big lead here. And then it is going to be Rosu leading the rest of the field. P2 all the way to P6, very close together. With DRS being enabled, it's going to be interesting. Meanwhile, Elsum has made a move through Brooklands. Holds it together on Luffield, but Balint looks for a move back up on the inside of Pufran, and Balint gets back ahead, coming onto the old pit straight. And it is Ule who has managed to get past Hugendorn. Hugendorn seems to be a little bit slower in the race compared to his qualifying. And there's a bit of a gap showing between Taubon and Jerling now. As with that DRS wide open, Kizyul also makes light work of Hugendorn. Hugendorn starting to drop down the order a little bit. And the two McLarens right behind this Red Bull driver, out of the points currently. But it is going to be Rosu in P2 with Khan and Jerling right behind. But the Ferraris be looking to work together to bridge that gap. As we look for the battle actually for P3. Khan assisted with that DRS. Jerling unable to get past. And Taubon and Bean holding up right behind. We look further back and it looks like there's a battling. It's Byland and Alvarid side by side through Luffield. Alvarid holding off Byland. And the Ferraris are dropping off Hugendorn. Byland looking to maybe go around the outside of Copse. Has a little look. Takes a wider line. Maybe going to get a better exit out of Copse. Unable to do anything though, as Khan is under a lot of pressure here from Jerling. And Hugendorn also under pressure further back. Khan still with the DRS though. I don't think Hugendorn has the DRS. And it is going to be Mans Vandenberg eyeing up a move possibly into Stowe. Very close to his rear. It's almost in his rear diffuser. Hugendorn, we're hearing reports of damage on that Red Bull. I'm assuming it would be floor damage or side pod damage because he's been definitely suffering from the drag. As we carry on this battle for P2, Rank has gone miles ahead. I'm 19% front wing. That will do it. But as you see, Khan tucking in behind the slipstream of Rosu. Rosu really got the pace. Rank needs to go to tier 1. There's been a spin. And that will be Elsum dropping down to P18. Elsum has had a moment coming through Aintree. I didn't quite catch what happened to Elsum, but all we know, Elsum has dropped off the back. Elsum has gone from tier 1 to tier 2. Elsum was scoring podiums in Brazil in tier 1. Khan getting closer to Rosu. Khan maybe thinking about a move up the inside into Stowe. Khan makes it an Aston Martin 1-2 in this sprint. But will Rosu be able to answer back? Unable to this lap. Khan puts it into P2. So it's an Aston Martin 1-2 as things stand. And this battle for P2, 5 cars and the Ferraris are gaining on this pack. We may have to talk about Rank though, McWilliams, because he's probably going to be going up to tier 1 for a very good reason. So I wouldn't be busting in your pants just yet. Almost certainly going up. In fact, he's broken the rule about lying about your time trial times. And we have got a DNF, and it's Balint who is out, and we got a safety car. Trying to have a look what happened there. Elsum has hit the dead car. Elsum is stuck in place. What is Elsum doing? Doesn't look like Elsum's got damage there. But we did see a penalty pop up for a Sam Alarid for contact with Berlin. And someone's pit. Monk into the pits. And also Puthran. Monk and Puthran into the pits. This is going to be very interesting. As now the field will get bunched back up together. I need to get a drink. While we have this safety car, I'm going to go quickly get a drink. What tyre will Monk and Puthran choose? Soft tyres on Monk. Soft. Yeah, it looks like it's going to be a one-lap shootout here in Silverstone. I'm going to quickly get a drink though, because oh boy, I'm thirsty. Don't trip over my phone. And they're off, and they're gone. Rank leading us away in this sprint race. Khan in P2, but Rosu keeping up with Khan. It looked like the Mercedes of Jerling not getting jumped basically. Puthran not catching up to the back, so the soft risk not paying off for everyone. But it's going to be Rosu all over the rear of Khan. Rosu, we want him to get that P2 back. Alavid getting a 3-second time penalty. If time penalties start coming in, it's going to really affect where they start in this main race. Almost choked on my food. Oh. And Bean being dropped off by Talbot by the looks of it a bit. And Hugendorn in P11 under the pressure now of the Haas of Byland. Monk picks up a 3-second time penalty on soft tyres. Disaster class from Monk. But Monk all over the rear there in the background. Going around the outside of Stowe is Alfred Monk. Monk gets past Sam Alavid in his debut. Go back to the battle for P2 as they enter the final lap. Khan looking to keep ahead of Rosu. Rosu got Jerling right behind him. Will we see any overtakes on the final lap? Is the question. Talbot might have to be defending off Bean. Oh, as we see the grass being kicked off the back of the cars. Rank is going to be winning this. P2 is going to be Khan. P3 looks to be Rosu, with 3 cars right behind them, all hungry for that 3rd place. Khan having a wonderful performance, really putting the opposite perspective of his Australia race behind him, and now only his teammate is ahead of him. But it is going to be Rank taking the final corner now. Rank brings it home in 1st, Khan 2nd, 3rd will be Rosu, 4th Sherling, 5th Talbon, 6th Bean, 7th for Ule, 8th for Kiziel, 9th will be Swan. Wait, where's Vandenberg? What happened to Vandenberg? Vandenberg manages P16. We've only got a few more cars to come. We've got Alex Harris in P18. And 19th will be Hardizers. Oh. What happened there? Oh no. Flying lights is getting closer. But there are your results for this sprint race. It's an Aston Martin 1-2. Rosu coming 3rd. 4th for Jerling. 5th for Talbon. 6th for Bean. Further down the order, 7th for Wiule. 8th for Kiziel, rounding out the points paying positions in this sprint race. 19 cars finished out of the 20 that started, and we've still got the main race to go still. Oof. But it will be an Aston Martin front row. Wait, he didn't use DRS on his lap. Oh, you meant his fault. Ignore me. Ignore me. Yes, yes. As we're waiting for the race to start, it looks like it's going to be sunny for the most part. In fact, not a cloud in sight. As we get ready to go underway once again. And the lights are off and away they go. Rank gets a good start, but Khan seems to have got a better start than him. Rank with an awful start actually. Khan leads. Rosu P2. Rank maybe looking for a move back up the inside of Rosu. Oh, and the Talbon gets a big slap, and further back there's a big incident. Harris, Puffran and Elsom similarly involved. Harris has not had a good Silverstone. There's wings littering the field. Oh, and there's it's Swan. Swan is in the grass. Oh my days, Hardhouse is out. Elsom's out. That was a massive crash. What's happened to Harris? Harris has crashed as well. It would appear to be we're about to get a red flag, chat. To the red flag check we go. I think we. Yeah, this is a red flag. It's a red flag. Red flag. I repeat. It is a red flag. So we're gonna get ready. Oh my Jesus. We're gonna go to the intermission screen quickly. As oh boy. Ugh. Oh, where is it? I'm trying to provide you boys with some music. That is not what we wanted. Ah. No, the weather will be random. As there we go. I'm gonna get ready to get the lobby.
Hey there, space boy, moving through the galaxy. Can you hear me through the dark? I'm calling you. Where do I start? I'm an emotional, taking in your sweet and considerate heart. Come into my world, give me your spark. Time to land and visit the planet. Give me your trust. I wanna make you sure I'm the reason to come back here. Just don't linger too much, 'cause you're a stranger, baby. So come get to know me. Don't be a stranger now. Soak up the charm, take a breather. I'm all you needed. Give me your heart. I wanna make you sure rest up here if you don't linger enough. You'll be a stranger, baby. So come get to know me. Don't be a stranger now.
Hello, hello. We are back after the red flag, which was brought out via an absolute monstrosity of an incident on the exit of Aintree. It does look like the sun has remained out, though. And I officially got pranked. The grid penalties have been applied with this lobby restart. As we are about to get underway, it'll be Rosu leading us, Jerling on the inside in P2. Away we go, and Rosu seemingly getting the getaway that he needed. As we come now through the first corner, someone's gone very wide. The three have gone off again. It is Berlin, Elsom and Puthran. But we carry on with this battle for the front, as it is going to be Rosu leading. Now Bean alongside Khan. 4P4. Rosu gets away cleanly. It looks like Khan has held off the advancing Bean. Meanwhile, for the lead, Jerling up the inside of Rosu on their mediums. We're looking to have a stellar first stint. And Jerling takes the lead. It is going to be Rosu now under pressure from Talbon. Talbon looking a little bit faster here. Khan all over the rear as well, as we see you further back there into ones and twos. But it is going to be Jerling in the lead. P3 now for Talbon, 4th for Khan, 5th for Bean. As you look further ahead, Ulay in P6 now. Swan has climbed up to P7. And Byland's had an amazing start as well, is P8. In that Haas, right. Puts his nose right into the rear diffuser of that McLaren. Oh my god. That is Monk looking very racy with Elsom on the inside. Not Elsom, who is that? Who was that? Monk and it must have been Hardizers. Monk unable to get past Hardizers, both stuck behind Alavrid in P14. But at the moment, Jerling on the mediums going for the alternate strategy compared to everyone around him. Currently leads. Rosu falling further back. And Khan has got past Talbon. Talbon has fallen. Talbon's down into P13. What happened to Talbon? Talbon had a spin or a lag spike and has dropped all the way down. And talking about spins, it does look like someone has had a spin, and that is going to be Silver. Silver spinning on the exit of Cops has lost the car. Meanwhile, Jerling has dropped them all out of DRS already on their mediums. He's gone for the alternate strategy, looking to pull away. Meanwhile, we look As Ule's on a charge, he's got past Bean. Has Bean got problems? Bean doesn't appear to have damage, but Ule has got past Bean. Meanwhile, Khan showing he's got some real pace here. Back up to P3. And Ule has been passed by Bean. Bean back up to P4. This squabbling though is going to help second and third pull away. And let's ride on board here with Ule. Almost at 50% battery already. Ule wanting to get past the Williams of Bean. Bean, who is currently leading the drivers, will be wanting to make sure that he's able to solidify his points lead. But the grid almost all on the old pit straight there. Jerling with almost a 4-second lead now on their medium tyres compared to the hard tyres around. Will be looking to make good use of their mediums. We know the medium to hard differential pace-wise is quite significant on the first few steps, as them hard tyres just don't like getting heated up. Further back we see Byland in P7 now, and it's going to be Kizil falling down the order a little on P8. Is Kizil thinking about a move here on Byland as he gets a snap on the exit of Star? It would appear not. But most of the grid is rounding the final corner now. Harris has got himself into the top 10 with his medium start. It started from P18, 19 I believe. So he's already gained a solid amount of positions, up 9 if I'm not mistaken. But it would appear to be the battle now currently for P2 on track. But will the medium to hard stint pay off for Jerling, who is currently your race leader? Harris picks up a 3-second time penalty, who's all over the rear currently of Vandenberg. As we see all of the cars, we've got quite the train forming. And we're going to ride here with Harris. Is Harris going to be able to... Harris is depleting his battery. And further ahead, it looks like there's a move coming from a Ferrari. Oh! Swan, appearing to have a lag spike, lagged back past. What was that? Swan's internet having a moment. What just happened? As we see them flowing through farm curve into village. Oh, that would make sense why he dropped places. Just Codemasters make good games. Bean, meanwhile, has got past Khan. They're side by side coming into Brooklands. But it would appear Bean has got up into P3. And Khan now drops to P4 and has got an Ule behind him. Further back, Harris all over the rear of Vandenberg still. But that 3-second time penalty is going to be lingering over him like a bad stink. It is a return to form for Rosu though. Your Season 5 champion in P2, currently leading the hard runners, leading this train. Unable to make that second gap though to Bean behind, as Silver picks up a 3-second time penalty through Maggots and Beckett's. And in the distance ahead of Rosu, you can see Jerling, currently your race leader in the Mercedes, coming through the Vale chicane and onto club. We ride on board with Khan though, as Khan will be looking to try and get back past Soybean. It will be massive if Rosu can get that second gap. Are we looking to stay within DRS of this group? I think with being with the DRS, we'll be unable to shake off Soybean now. As we look, everyone's single file still. We're gonna look through the order. Kidgel in 7th, started 7th. Swan down in 10th after his game, just doing good things. Further ahead, Sam Alavid has gained a position up into P13 now. But currently Silver and Berlin and Elsom not doing too good at the moment. We're going to follow here with Bean. Is Bean going to be able to gain on Rosu? As you see quite the train forming. Harris dropping off the back of Vandenberg through Maggots and Beckett. Definitely lost time. Bean hanging on to the back of Rosu is a lot closer this time. If you can get a good exit through turn 5 of Aintree, possibly see a move into Brooklands. As we now come into Village, and then it's the loop. Being right on the rear of that Red Bull in this Williams car. Just look how ugly the steering wheel is on that car. And the Haas there of Byron running a little bit ragged. Currently in a Ferrari sandwich. And it will be interesting to see if anyone thinks about possibly making a move. Like, are we going to see any strategies with undercuts or overcuts? Oh. But currently Jerlin with a 6-second lead on their mediums. But it's going to be Rosu with Bean. Bean fast approaching. Bean might be thinking about a move. Bean thinks about it for a second, thinks better. It's going to be Kizil eyeing up a move on Byron. Doesn't go for it either. Swan has got an AlphaTauri right behind him of Taubon. This is currently for the final points paying position. Taubon makes a move up into the Val chicane on the inside of the first part. Has the outside on the second. Side by side with Swan. Taubon getting a bit loose. Oh boy, they're side by side. As they come across the start-finish line. Taubon on the outside. Swan on the inside. And Taubon will look to get the move through the farm curve. Oh, and a little bit of contact there. And Taubon now the inside on the next corner. They're still side by side. Hugendorn right behind. Let's look at Hugendorn's perspective of this. They've all slotted back in. And they're going to go 3 wide for a moment. No, Hugendorn up the inside of Taubon. 4P11 as they come into Brooklands. Oh, further back there's a spin. Who was that? That was Monk. And Silverbun looks of it having an incident. Hardizers goes through. The Williams and the Alpine having a moment, but we follow this battle as they're going to be side by side into Cops. Oh boy. Taubon holds the position. Swan holds P10, but they've dropped off the back. Drunky Monkey has returned. Swan's going to be without DRS to defend now. Taubon is going to be the man to watch. He seems to get a really poor exit though, and Hugendorn goes past and through on Taubon. Hugendorn up into P11. Taubon drops down to P12. As back to the battle for the front as we see Taubon under 25% battery pushing hard. After losing that position has got Puffren on his rear and also Sam Alavid, an Alpine and a Mercedes just behind him. Swan's got Taubon getting a big snap there, might be under pressure once again from the Alpine behind this time. As Hugendorn thinking about a move on Swan. Goes for a deeper line. Maybe another deeper line. Might look for a better exit out of Luffield. As Byron has dropped off the back of Ule. Hugendorn unable to make the move. Byron's going to come under pressure here from the Ferrari of Kizil and Vandenberg. And that would also be Harris in the rear on the medium tyres. And Byron now being passed by the looks of it. It's going to be side by side from Stowe. Byron gets a big snap. Kizil gets past. Byron looks for a move up the Val chicane. Kizil reacts accordingly. As we see the front, a lot of the front go through. Ooh, what a shot. Cinematography. At its finest, but it will be Kizil through on Byron. Byron drops down to P7. Started 9th though, to be fair to him. Vandenberg, who started 13th, now on the rear of Byron. Vandenberg with the DRS. Must be deploying inside onto Brooklands. Side by side, and it will be Vandenberg making the move on Byron. Byron dropping back down the order. I wonder if he got damage from that. Oh, something's happened to Alarid. As now he's dropped off the back as well. Jerling currently having a very quiet race. As Byron's down, lost another place. Harris has done it on the inside of Cops. Byron struggling by the looks of it. We'll have the DRS now as in the back of this train. Hugendorn has caught up to the rear of this. As Bean and Rosu are fighting into Stowe. This is for P2. Rosu and Bean. Bean and Rosu. And Bean makes the move up the inside of Stowe. But Rosu is not giving up just yet. And now Rosu drops behind Bean. Bean up into P2. Going to be very important for his drivers' championship here. And also for Williams to make money because their team principal in Monk definitely isn't making money. Oh, Bean gets a bit of a moment. Rosu looking up the outside of the loop. Rosu will have the DRS. Let's ride on board here with Rosu. Is he able to make anything happen? He's gaining on Bean. He's gaining a lot on Bean. Looking for a move up the inside of Brooklands. Bean hangs it around the outside. Gets the inside drive for Luffield. Meanwhile, Hardizers picks up the fast lap on mediums. Rosu not getting a good drive through Cops. And further back, Khan is having to fend off Ule. Khan is actually mightily close on this. As they come through Maggers and Beckett's now. Rosu not had a good drive through there. But Ule looking like he's going to be making a move on Khan. Khan gets defensive, looking for the inside. Wheel to wheel. Oh, let's get back to that. Wheel to wheel with Ule. Ule up the inside of the Val chicane. Brakes later. Gonna go deeper. Khan's gonna hold it around the outside. And Khan seemingly not getting a good drive out there. And Kizil's gonna be through as well. Both Ferraris make the move. As Kizil now up into 4th. Ule third. Oh! Jerling into the pits. I didn't even realise the Mercedes of Jerling into the pits. We'll be hoping to get clean air. Will he come out ahead of Berlin? So Bean is now your race leader. P2 to Rosu. P3 will be Ule. And it's going to be Khan into P5 now. Khan will be looking to bring back his sprint race pace. As it is going to be Vandenberg now, P6 right on his rear. And it looks like that looks going to be like... Is that Elsom? That is Elsom, who's had a moment. Through club. As meanwhile, it's going to be Harris and Byland battling it out. The other Haas makes the move on Harris for P7. Maybe Harris's mediums coming to the end. And it is going to be Harris diving into the pits now. So it's going to be Bean who leads this race now, but we've got to think about the gap to him and Jerling. Jerling on the fresh hards will be looking to extend that gap once again. As we're at the halfway point, I'd like to point out the... You can vote for Driver of the Day. Where is it? What am I looking for? And who you think your driver of the day is. Meanwhile, Ule starts to be dropped off from the front too. Ule needing to hold on to that DRS, otherwise he will be the head of the train. You beat me to it, Connor. You beat me to it. Monk has got past both the Alpines. We'll be hoping for a safety car here though. As Swan picked up a 3-second time penalty. Swan currently riding in P9. We have quite the train going from P1 all the way down to P11. So a time penalty is going to be critical for yourself. You really don't want them here. But it's going to be Khan dropping a little bit off the back of the Ferraris. I wonder if that Aston's got a little bit of damage. He was running really strong in the sprint race as we see the first pit. And it's going to be Ule diving into the pits. Lap 13 for Ule. Hardizer's currently running in P18. It's not been a good race for Hardizer's. Was looking very fast through... we're seeing a few people dive into the pits actually. Also Silver and Swan into the pits. But it will be Bean leading with Rosu second and Ule. Not Ule, Kizil now, P3. Will it be the undercut or will it be the overcut? Are they going to come out into clean air as well, the guys who have just pit onto the mediums? They're going to have Berlin currently riding in P13. In front of them, Swan under pressure from Harris. Swan has got ahead of Harris in this pit stint. Harris on hard tyres. They are his sworn enemy of tyres. He has lied to us once again, telling us that he wouldn't be going on to hards. Khan has dropped off the back though of the front three now. Will be coming under pressure from Vandenberg with the DRS. You see Ule thinking about a move on Rosu. Does think better of it though. And who's that into the pits? There's Kizil even. And it'll be Kizil. It's Rosu into the pits. Rosu into the pits. Vandenberg into the pits. Talbot into the pits, but Speeds into the pit lane. Which is not good for Talbot. That's a 5-second penalty lingering above his head. As we carry on watching Khan here. Now up into P3 during this pit stint. Drivers changing their mind of when they want to pit. But it's Kizil now all over the rear of Bean. And further back, Rosu is under some pressure there from Ule. Ule seems to have got the job done. Ule and Rosu side by side. Both with DRS now. Ule gets ahead of Rosu. The undercut from Ule seems to have worked wonders. As meanwhile, Swan and Talbot are fighting once again. Oh, there's contact again through Luffield. Swan's rear is flashing. And Harris is right behind this pair on the hard tyre. As now we see Bean into the pits, Kizil into the pits. pits. Byland stays out. Khan into the pits. And Hugendorn also into the pits. So they're the last to bite. Monk will stay out another lap as well. So Byland is now your race leader. And I'm trying to work out what's going on. Ule has got past Berlin. Berlin still yet to pit. Ule now have a car between them. Elsom about to commit crash date. Okay, we will be watching Elsom as Ule sets the fastest lap on them fresh mediums, chasing down Jerling. Where's Ule going to come out of in regards to Bean? Ule and Bean almost side by side. Bean runs it deep. Ule with the switchback. Ule gets past Bean into Village. Holds it through Loop. And Kizel's going to be right behind him as well. The undercut from Ule done to perfection. And they're going to be hunting down Jerling on the hards. But Ule gets a big snap there. Further back. Kizel all over the rear of Bean. Bean not having a good start on these mediums. Rosu has lost out 2 places to both Ferraris. But he's got past Berlin. And it's Vandenberg next to get past the hard runner of Berlin, who is still yet to pit. And we now see Byland into the pits. Doesn't speed in. Elson running a very quiet race in P19. Monk also dives into the pits. As Ule's gone, Ule has left them. They're 3 wide further back. Bean, Kizel and Rosu. 3 wide, there's a little bit of wheel banging. Kizel's got through. Rosu's got through. Has Bean got damage? Bean must have damage. It's end plate damage. Soybean with damage here. Having to come back into the pits. That is a disaster for Bean. And where will Byland come out regarding this? Byland coming out now. Pufran sets the fastest lap on his mediums, fresh mediums. Ule though into P2. P3 for Kizel will have Rosu all over his rear. Currently it's a Ferrari double podium. And Byland comes out P6. No, P7. Khan holding the position to Byland. Byland might be under a threat here from the drivers behind. It is going to be Taubon and then Hugendorn. Oh my days. That looked a little dangerous for a second there. But Hugendorn seemingly got these mediums fired up. Is alongside the AlphaTauri of Taubon. Side by side through Cops they go. Taubon runs it deep. Goes off the track. And I think Hugendorn has got past Taubon. He has indeed. Are they side by side still? No, he has managed to get ahead. And it'll be Swan next to make a move. As back to the front, Ule will be surely keeping his teammate in the DRS. Here we have Jerling, who hasn't really been featured much at all, having a quiet race. Started on mediums, has got quite a lead. Will the Ferraris be able to gain back on him though? And it's Berlin now comes into the pits. The Alfa Romeo reserve. As Khan with Byland. Byland's got Hugendorn behind him. Byland wanting to keep that car stuck to the road. As you see, Rosu with 2 Ferraris in front, we wanting to navigate his way back past them and be leading the charge. The Ferraris can really play a team role here in 2nd and 3rd. Meanwhile, Monk in P14. The Williams team principal not having a good result right now. I'll keep pressing 1, it's 2. So, Ule followed by Kizel with Rosu just behind, and Vandenberg is still in with a shot. We're going to ride on board with Rosu. And let's see what he's able to do regarding these Ferraris. And there is your tyre age. Jerling on 6-lap old hards. Everyone else on fresher mediums. How long will the medium tyre be the better car? Meanwhile, Byland actually has made the move on Khan. Byland up into P6. Khan drops down to P7, but Byland does have a 3-second penalty to deal with. Khan's race speed and his sprint race speed seem to be different. Byland sets the fastest lap as there's a spin, and it's Averid on the exit of... Oh, and his tyres are completely shot, and Swan picks up another 3-second time penalty. Does Alfred have damage? Byland is gaining on that McLaren. Alfred's retiring in the pits on his debut, sadly. Looks like that gap. Ule is pulling along Kiziel. Currently 18 drivers still on track. As we now come through Maggots and Beckett, we got the Silverstone train once again. Swan has dropped a little bit off the back of Poufran. Swan out of the points now. I will pull up tyre age once again. There you go. Byland with the freshest tyres, along with Monk being all the way out down in P16 after having to replace his end plate. Rosu did start P1, not quite having the full race pace as he did have sprint pace. But it's going to be Ule rocking a fancy helmet for today, from what I'm aware. And Kiziel just behind. And Hardaz has picked up a 3-second penalty. He's currently battling Monk for P13. Monk looks for a move up the inside of Village. And they're still battling wheel to wheel, but we're going to go back to the battle for 5th because Byland has made the move on Vandenberg. Byland is climbing through the order. Byland really has their medium tyres fired up. Byland's next person to dispatch will be Rosu. Monk picks up a 3-second time penalty, running deep, trying to get past Hardazers. And Khan drops another place. Khan side by side with Hugendorn. Khan, who finished P2 in the sprint, also suffering for the same thing as Rosu would appear. I don't know. I really don't know, as Hardazers comes into the pits. Rosu, though, will be looking to try and get past one of the Ferraris soon. And Byland looks like he's being gained on by Vandenberg. Vandenberg might look for an answer back into Brooklands. Unable to do so, and we see Hugendorn just behind. Hugendorn, who's having quite the race, as Beam meanwhile sets the fastest lap, stealing away from anyone, pulling away that fastest lap point from anyone he can, as Berlin comes into the pits again, and Berlin has retired from the session. But they're not gaining enough on Jerling. Jerling seems to have played a blinder on the medium hard strap. And Byland now looking to maybe make a move on Rosu. As Elsom going slow. Oh my days, what is Elsom doing? Elsom, get off the fucking track! If you're just going to be slow, get off the track, lad! You're on the driver's line! He does have a puncture. But my dude is causing me a heart attack here. He was on the track through pit turn 1 and 2. I meant with the racing line. You all know what I meant. You know what I meant, okay? It's going to be a Ferrari 2-3. We're going to ride on board with Byland. Because Rosu's rear is flashing. Byland's will be very close as well. And thank you very much for the follow, Herbert. I'm going to call you Herbert. Thank you for the follow. Oh, Byland gets a snap on the exit of the Val chicane. Rosu, though, taking a very weird line through club. And Poufran picks up a 3-second time penalty. Everyone behind him, other than Talbot, with time penalties. And the Ferraris might be starting to extend the gap here on Rosu slightly if he keeps having moments through corners like that where you need to take it as tight as possible. Byland looking closer, but the Ferraris, are we about to see a Ferrari battle? Rosu gets a snap. Byland looks for the outside, gonna have more speed coming around through. As we come into Cops, I forgot the name of that corner. I am very sorry. And Byland has made the move on Rosu. Byland up to P4. Byland has done it. Rosu having a moment out of left field. And Rosu losing a position. Luffield into Woodcote, correct indeed, Hammer, correct indeed. As currently the Ferraris in 2-3, Kvyat all over the rear of Ule. Willoughby team orders. Kvyat has looked like the faster Ferrari on this medium stint. And we've got 3 laps to go. Hugendorn has made a move on Rosu. The teammates, the Red Bull teammates have swapped positions here. Has Rosu got a problem? Because Khan now looks for a move. We saw these two battle it out on the sprint. Ferrari, we're hearing Ferrari will not be changing positions. But Hugendorn goes past Rosu. I wonder if that was team orders. As Hardizer speeds into the pit lane and has retired sadly from this session. It was not the Silverstone he would have been hoping for. As we see the blades of grass being flicked up by the cars. They've gained a bit on Jerling, but not enough. As we look once again, is Byland going to try and attack the Ferraris now? It didn't appear like Kvyat opened his DRS flap there for a second. And Byland is closing in on the Ferraris now. So it's Byland on Kvyat action next. Is Byland going to get onto the podium here? Oh my days. Byland braking later, almost rear-ending the Ferrari off Kvyat. Both Byland and Kvyat have made major gains. Byland up, Vandenberg up 8 to be fair to him, but Byland thinking about a move here around the outside of Brooklands. We're looking for the inside on Luffield. And Byland up into P3, but he's got a 3-second time penalty. Byron does have a 3-second time penalty still. Kizel answering back. It's side by side through Cops. A slight bit of wheel-to-wheel action by the pair of them. And they're going to be side by side through Maggers and Beckett. Oh boy. Oh boy, oh boy. That was very, very tight stuff. Vandenberg right on the rear of this battle as well. As meanwhile, Khan's got past Rosu while we was watching that battle? While we was watching that battle, Khan has got past Rosu. Rosu is falling back down the order still. I'm wondering if that Red Bull's got problems. On our final lap though, Jerling has played a blind on strategy. The only guy in the front. Oh, and Buffet's at a moment! Buffet's at a moment! He's off the track. He's nowhere to be seen. Oh, and Byron's going to be side by side with Kizel once again. Coming on the inside of Brooklands this time. Hugendorn thinks about a move on Vandenberg. Byron gets cleanly through this time. Oh my days. Vandenberg having to defend off Hugendorn. Khan is just behind. Byron looks to defend the inside of Cops this time. Away from Kizel. Oh, it's going to be close. Byron's rear flashing. Kizel's isn't. Oh, what a shot. Look at these cars as they come through Maggers and Beckett. Onto the hanger straight. Kizel pulls out one way, then the other. Byron's going to try and hold the toe on his teammate. Kizel makes the move up the inside. Your race winner will be Kevin Jerling. But we're going to go back to the battle for P3. And it's side by side and Byron's gone round. Hugendorn looks for a move on the outside. And it'll be a Ferrari 2-3. 4th for Vandenberg. 5th for Hugendorn. 6th for Khan. 7th for Rosu. 8th for Talbot. 9th for Swan. And Byron comes home in the final points paying position. In P10. Harris 11th. Monk 12th. 13th for Zhao Silva. 14th for Puffran. 15th for Soybean. Bean, this is not good for Bean. In his driver's thing, as there's a spun Elsom. Elsom finally crossing the line. P16 for Elsom, last of the finishers. Whew. But your race winner, Jerling, just did an alternate strategy to everyone else and it really paid off. While everyone else on the hards was scobbling, Jerling on the medium was able to run away. As here he is, Kevin Jerling, coming to take the stop step. A Ferrari 2... Oh, he's doing the griddy. Okay, calm it, yeah. And there is your grid order. And we better get ready for the next thing, which is the interviews. I am the Sui man, I come from down the way, and I shall play the Ronaldo So. That's the one we want. What am I looking for? I want this one. Oh, it is hot in my room. Oh. I'm going to give it a few more seconds to see if the race leader will come up. If not, we will bring up the Ferrari team. Jerling not arriving. Let's bring up Ferrari 2 and 3. Hello, hello. Blocking out
Hello.
the bottom 2 steps of the podium. It must feel good.
Feels very good.
I mean, if I were able to walk properly right now, yeah, it would have felt wonderful.
You boys made quite some gains in that main race. I think you guys were starting like... I'm going to try and do some quick maths.
It was P6 and P7.
So, you dispatched the competition ahead of you. That was all on the same strategy as you guys. You guys must feel happy about that.
It wasn't exactly the same strategy. Let me explain quickly. I actually undercut by 1 or 2 laps. I thought about going even more, but then during the race I told my engineer Jacob that I wanted to stay for 1 more lap. And then I thought about staying even more because I wasn't sure that I'm gonna, not get a puncture, but above 70% those mediums wouldn't feel that good. But Jacob made a call to do opposite of Bin, who was P2. So I basically overcut everybody and just had to fight them on cold tires when they were exiting the pit lane. So the one who actually did the overtaking was Kisiel, and Kisiel is fucking GOAT today. He did Alonso, what basically Alonso did to Ocon. So yeah, he's Giga Chat of the day.
And Kizyul P3, and I'm assuming you played in windowed mode in the end.
No, I fucking did it, bro. I literally couldn't see like 1/5 of my screen. I still raced.
I don't know how I feel about that.
That's a Giga Chat moment.
Yeah, but you know, I don't want to get into this too much. But even though I had 1/5 of the screen missing, you know, it felt like Byland had no screen today. It was just something different. Lap 1, lap 2, lap 3, last 3 laps, every single corner, every single fucking lap that I've just said, I had no room from Byland. So.
I don't know what to say. Solid points though for yourself.
Basically, most of the field lost to 2 disabled drivers today. But actually, there is owed a big shout out to the race winner today. Well, we don't know how much faster from the rest of the grid he really was because he was an alternate strategy, but he clearly made it work. So yeah, congrats.
He avoided the squabbling, and yeah, I don't know what else to say. But solid points for you guys, for the constructors as well. That will be very interesting to see how it changes the constructors.
For once, the Ferrari strategy has worked.
Unlike
Hey.
Friday night.
Oh yeah.
I
that
mean,
was-
it wasn't bad of Friday because we were doing everything not to blow those tires, but in some cases, blowing those tires was the correct choice. So it was really, really hard race to engineer.
Oh yeah, I can imagine. It was because the rain didn't last long enough to just do a one stopper.
And basically, from the lap one, Jeff in game was saying that the dry tires were faster, but I gathered important lesson that basically he's speaking about soft. So if you want to pit your drivers on mediums in crossover conditions, wait a little bit. That's my lesson.
Next race though is Canada. How are you guys feeling for Canada?
Let's maybe not say how they are feeling, but that we are gonna be prepared. Let's leave a bit of a mystery in the end. Hopefully, we can just recreate this result without the Mercedes on the top step.
We'll see about that. I forget
Yeah.
that was Mercedes team principal sometimes. I should be
I,
celebrating.
I exactly said that just because you are the Mercedes team principal.
I've got
Speaking
nine.
of Mercedes, I remember quite warmly season 5. That's all I'm gonna say about the upcoming race.
Oh,
I miss you, Pots. Come back.
it was a battle between Mercedes and Alfa Romeo, if I remember.
Yes.
Yeah.
Who
This-
will you guys be able to keep it out of the wall of champions?
Yeah.
Well, neither of
um,
them are champions, so probably yes.
I am.
Oh
Jeez.
yeah, never mind. Kishel is gonna die. Yeah.
That's why I compared him to Alonso in the first place. It's freaking
And I-
champion that did great things today.
And I'm
I
not gonna race,
I actually think I'm not even gonna be able to see the wall of champions.
Ah, yeah.
You get the joke?
Yeah, I do. You're basically driving without your right view mirror, like, in comparison.
Yeah.
Is there anything else you guys would like to add before we go down to the non-existent people below?
Yeah, I'd love to say that I feel sorry for Bean.
What happened to Bean?
He came out of the pit lane and he hit the wall to the right side and he lost his end plate.
Did you see that?
Yeah, because he came out in front of me. We pitted at the same time.
Yeah,
just-
but you
he went on
don't-
throttle
don't
too
have
much.
A part of your screen.
Yeah, but he was literally in
But
front
he
of
was
me.
in front of him, not on
I
his
know.
right hand side.
I know. I know.
Like, not really. Thanks for the great race, everybody. Thanks for my team, and thanks for my good friends that maybe they were watching.
Last
Well-
laps were nail biting for me, to be fair.
Oh, one more thing. When I said we are disabled, I meant that I had freaking cramps in my left foot for last 5 laps.
Oh no,
So
but you're
I
disabled anyway, so you know.
Ah, shut up. Basically, I was trying to brake with my sole, and when it didn't work, I had to brake with my heel. It was quirky, at least I'd say. So yeah, that's gonna wrap things up, I think.
Well, thank you very much today, boys, and congratulations on the 2-3.
Yeah,
Thank
thanks.
you.
Shout out to Sven Nydam.
There's only one other person in here to interview. Byland. Oh.
Hello.
P10?
Mm-hmm.
You're making your way through the field. Quite an eventful race for yourself.
Mm-hmm.
You seem very reserved right now.
Quite a bit, yes.
Ah.
I mean, if you leave room on the outside and then just turn in when the inside, and when I have the inside, that's just stupid. Honestly. But yeah, middle of the race, when I was on hards, when everyone started to pass me, my rear just been gone. It was gone for like 5 laps in the middle of the hard stint or something. That's why I dropped a lot of positions right there.
And you fought your way back through on the mediums. Your mediums seem to be really fired up.
I mean, I pitted 1 lap later than Kishul, and 2 or 3 laps later than the others, so they were just much fresher than the others, which made them faster at the end.
And how do you feel for Canada?
Don't know really. Even though I'm not a champion, I'm probably gonna hit the wall of champions.
Is there anything else you'd like to say before we see if anyone else wants to come up?
I mean, there's no one else here to come up really, but maybe Connor, but
Mm-hmm.
or just one. But yeah, I mean, great racing from everyone. Just please, Kishel, get your new screen for next race, so you can see the right side of your screen.
Well, thank you very much for joining us today. Oh, he's gone. That was swift. Okay, I better do some maths. Well, would you like to come up here, Connor? And I'm going to announce driver of the day. Your driver of the day. Hello, hello.
Yeah, I'm not on my normal setup.
I'm aware, I can tell. Winning driver of the day is Balil Khan in the Aston Martin.
Fair enough.
Fair enough
You
indeed.
you drove very well, especially in the sprint.
Indeed.
we bout to turn it up.